Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the My Crazy Dad podcast, season 2, episode 6?
5?
5?
You're supposed to know. You're the producer, damn it.
I think it's 5.
How do you not know?
I don't know.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, we forgot to fix the logos. Hold on. We've been having a lot of technical difficulties. And I
Bless you.
sneezed. Okay.
Yes, get our sponsor right.
So, we'll just say he was sick for the past 2 days. So Thursday we couldn't film because obviously, like, you don't want to film while you're sick or else it's gonna be boring as shit.
Yes.
And then,
God forbid we're boring.
well,
as
yeah,
shit.
but when we're like not in the right mindset, it's kind of boring.
Yes. No,
And
I
then-
agree.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
For once, I wasn't.
But yeah, we're filming this the same day it's going up at
Yep.
12:30.
As soon as we're done, it's going up.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be up an hour ago, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
sorry about the delay, folks. It sucks being sick.
Not COVID, by the way.
No,
It's
not
just
COVID. I've already had that.
like a stomach flu or something. Anyhow, I guess we'll catch you up because we didn't see you for a week now because last Friday we were filming with my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
And then the Monday's episode was filmed that same day. So, yeah, we haven't seen you in a week. Basically, I just been working out, lifting weights, 3 days on and then a day off and then 3 days on.
I've been doing 300-pound squats
Oh, yeah?
every time I get up and off the couch and back down.
So, yeah, I've been just eating a lot better, watching my calories. And then before I started lifting, I was just riding my stationary bike for 30 minutes, like, every night for 2 weeks. So, as of now, I'm down around 11 pounds in 3 weeks. A little bit. I don't know. I haven't weighed myself, like, after a poop and before eating, so I try to do that. Like, this morning I tried to do it, but I couldn't poop. So I was like, whatever.
Are you really telling people that you couldn't poop?
Well, okay. You know how, like, you're about to go to bed, but then you stay up and you miss that cycle to where you're supposed to sleep, and so you can't fall
I miss
asleep.
my sleep cycle every night.
So it's kind of like the same thing with my poops. Like, it was every night before I'd ride the stationary bike and then I'd shower. I'd say poop, workout, shower every night to you.
Yes.
What
What always sucks is after you take a shower and then you have to poop.
like this morning,
Yeah.
I couldn't poop.
And you got to
so I
get
was
back
like,
in the shower,
well, I didn't shower.
spread them cheeks, and hit it with a
Okay,
garden
what
hose.
the hell, dude? Okay, what is that? Anyhow, this morning, I hadn't pooped, and I was like, well, can't poop, showered, and then before we filmed this, I had to go really bad. So, yeah.
So that's why we're a little delayed right now. I had to wait for him to get off the shitter.
Oh, yeah, you had to wait for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, you came in here. I was all set up and sitting
We won't
here.
even talk about this morning because I was so pissed at you. Anyhow,
I woke up early and had to go back to sleep.
woke
I
up
don't
early.
sleep good at night.
Dude, you slept for 14 hours.
No, I didn't. I hardly slept last night.
How?
I don't sleep good at night.
You slept in Mom's room, and then you were
That was
like,
for like an hour.
okay. I think it was longer than that.
No, it wasn't. Let's not argue about this on here.
Okay. Anyhow, he had slept in so much, and I was like, bro, how? I don't know how you and Mom don't sleep. I literally
Well,
hit my
I
pillow
don't
last
sleep much
night
because
and
of
was
my pain.
gone.
I got to move and shit during the night.
Well, usually when you're asleep, I don't think you really get woken up, do you?
Once I get to sleep,
Yeah.
no. But I mean, I sleep for an hour and a half or so, 2 hours, and then I wake up and I gotta move around.
Readjust. Like, I woke up this morning in the middle. It's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, And I was
Now-
completely sideways with my pillow down by my feet.
Let me just, when he says I fell asleep in mom's room, because of my disability, I have to sleep on a couch, and on my right side so I can get support from the back of the couch. And so I was in rubbing my wife's back last night so she could go to sleep, and I ended up falling asleep with her. But
Rubbing my wife's back.
no, I was.
I know, just joking around.
We don't have sex anymore.
I
Didn't
know.
You know that?
I could have figured.
Not with you in the house.
Especially with these walls. These things don't. I hate these walls. I'm like, I can't hear my TV at night, and then I turn it up, and I'm like, oh, shit, mom's gonna hear that. I'm just trying to watch a movie, and then like a car crash happens. It's like, and I'm like, turn it down, because I'm scared mom's gonna get woken up. I can hear her show through 2 doors.
Yeah, I mean, she goes to sleep watching her phone,
Oh my
watching
God.
something on her
You
phone,
should-
and she's got it blasted full blast. But
Yeah.
if somebody says, "Hey," she's wide awake.
It's crazy. You'll go in there and be like, Mom, and she'll be like, she always does that,
Yeah,
that breath. Like, what's wrong?
yeah. What's wrong?
I don't know how the frick she does that. Her phone
That's
is
the mom in her.
blasting, dude.
Yeah,
It's literally on like the 100%. You can hear it from all the way across the house, and then you just go in there and whisper, and she's up.
well, I can hear it in the living room.
That's what I'm saying, across the house. Okay. Anyhow, let's get to your story.
Which one?
I was about to be like, what do you mean, which one?
Well, once your uncle and I moved over to the farm, we were getting ridiculed daily because of the fact that we lived on a farm and we
Oh, I
supposedly
think I
smelled
know
like
this story.
cows and shit.
Yeah.
And
Cows and shit. That's funny.
so we were always having to get in fights and just to survive and just to shut people up. And so I was in I want to say 6th or 7th grade, and I'd become a bully. I actually had kids giving me their lunch money in the morning.
Dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Well, when I don't know. I'd always been out of control, and moving to a new town in Holland and a new school and stuff, and trying to make friends, and like I said, being ridiculed and stuff. It does things to people. And
So you resorted to beating kids up.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Did Pat do that?
Your uncle got in quite a few squabbles too. I'm not sure how many, but at that time I hadn't failed 8th grade yet, so we weren't in the same classes. And so he was still a year behind me. But yeah, I had a couple people that would give me their lunch money and stuff, and they'd meet me at my locker with my next couple classes worth of books and stuff, and put my other books away in my locker.
So you had child slaves.
They weren't slaves per se. I mean,
You had them bringing you your
oh
stuff.
no, they met me. I go to my locker and they'd have it open, and they'd take my books that I had didn't need
what
anymore
the-
and put them in and pull my other books
You
back.
never told me this shit.
Well, I know there's stuff you still don't know. And so, anyways, I was living large until this new kid in town come, and he was a little bit bigger than me, and I still remember the kid's name. Not gonna say it, but he was pissed off at me being a bully, and because he was a nicer guy, he didn't like bullies, and we got into it this one day in one of the classrooms, and I mean, we were going at it, and I think I might have had the upper hand to begin with, and then he just ran into me and shoved me as hard as he could, and I went flying backwards, and my back, right in the middle of my spine, hit the corner of, they had these like heating and air conditioner things that stuck out like a foot from the wall.
Yeah.
And I just cranked into that, and that was it. I was done being a bully at that point. I mean, I couldn't breathe. I went down, and people were laughing at me, and they're like, "It's about time you got what you deserve, Sean."
Yeah, dude, you did get what you deserved. you
Yeah, I
little
did.
Bully.
Yeah, I did. But I mean, when you're trying to survive, you have to maintain an appearance.
What do you mean survive?
Dude, we were getting. I'm sorry. I was never one that was like to be teased, and made fun of. And that was happening daily all the time, and I'm not the kind that's going to just sit there and curl
Maybe
up in a
beat
ball.
those kids up one time or
no,
something.
They still didn't learn. I mean, I was beating up the same kids every day, almost.
At least you're a changed man.
Yes, I'm not a bully anymore. And I like some people. But, another thing we used to, almost every day, you got to understand, I was pretty out of control most of my life. Up until the point I met your mom. That's how out of control I was most of my life. And I always had to have people know that I could be in charge at any moment's notice, or I could take somebody's ass out at any moment's notice. And another time, I brought a chain to school and wrapped it around a dude's head and almost ripped his nose off, shit like that, That's how out of control I was. The teachers had no control over me. Mom and Dad really had no control over me. I was just, I don't know. When I look back, it's weird. I don't know why I was like I was.
How did you not go to jail or anything?
You were kids, different time back then.
Yeah, but still, no Beyond Scared Straight?
No.
That show is funny.
Yeah. I mean, we could just get away with a lot of different shit back then. Most of the time, I pled self-defense.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Some of it was. I mean, a guy that I was bullying would get tired and come after me, and so I'd have to get him again. And, but we used to do I used to start food fights daily in the cafeteria. And just shit like that.
I always wanted to do one of those.
Oh, it'd get crazy.
Just
One day I threw a sandwich and it hit somebody right in the face, and I got laughing so hard I had chicken noodle soup in my mouth,
and
I had noodles and chicken coming out of my nose.
Even though I knew what you were about to say, I still was like,
yeah.
The chicken coming out the nose does not sound
Yeah,
pleasant.
Good old chicken snot rocket at your neighbor.
Ew, dude.
Excuse me, Sean, you have something hanging out your nose? Doesn't look boogerish.
I guess, is that it for your story?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll throw an interval story in there. A couple nights ago, I played this game called Gartic Phone with my family and siblings. And it's a game, telephone, obviously, where you whisper something to someone and then they pass it down.
Yes.
So
and see how it changes.
Yeah. So it's like that, but the first person, it's like the first stage, you write a sentence, right? And then it goes to someone, they draw it. Then the next person has to guess what that drawing was, and then the person writes it and stuff like that. It keeps going on the chain, and you see if the final person that guessed what the drawing was the original thing. So we were playing it last night, and or not last night, the other night, and Zach, that's my brother, he lets me say his name on here. We're playing it, and he goes, no hard feelings, because they always joke about me not having my license. And so I think the thing was Austin finally gets his license or something like that. And so I drew me holding the license, and it went down the line, and everybody got it. And my other brother goes, dude, one of you should have drawn Austin getting rear-ended, because for some of you that are listening that don't know, we were driving home from my aunt and uncle's that are our sponsor, Smith Pools. We were driving home from their house, and this guy in front of me, there's this house community that doesn't have a left turn for a back entrance. And so we're in the middle of it doing 60 just about.
Yeah. Slams
on his brakes, turns on his signal to where he's like, I don't know, inches away from missing the turn. So I swerve around him and brake. I think, did we talk about this on the show?
I think so.
Anyhow, I swerve and slow down, and I don't want to go into the ditch, so I like go around him and slow down. And the guy behind me says, "I was looking at the houses," but he was probably on his phone. Slams into me. Anyhow, we're playing the game, and my other brother goes, "One of you should have drawn that." And so the next round, I put Austin getting rear-ended, and I think whoever got it first drew it right, and they had the red hair and everything. And it goes down to the next person, and it's like someone getting rear-ended, and it wasn't Austin. And so it kept going down the line, but it ended with like probably one of the funniest drawings, and the guess was wrecked cars or something like that, and I was losing it. So then the next thing, it was like a cockroach fighting a pig. It was like an auto-generated thing. And so Zach's fiance drew, it was literally a stick figure cockroach fighting a pig, and Zach he ran out of time. It just says pig and, not pig and cockroach or something, just pig an. And so my other brother's like, "That's not even a complete sentence. What do I draw?" And so he just drew pig, and I guess just pig. I just wrote pig. And we looked at the drawing because it shows you the results coming down. And we looked at it, and the cockroach legit looked like plankton. Like, he has the,
Yeah.
the two antennae and everything like that. So we thought it was plankton, and it was like one of the funniest nights ever. They didn't really get a kick out of it, but I thought it was funny as shit. So yeah, if you haven't played Gartic Phone, it's free on browsers, so there you go.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Speaking of which, shout out to our sponsor, Smith Pools. Give them a call.
If you're in Florida.
Yeah, if you're in Florida, Hillsborough, Polk, and Pasco County for now. They have 2 different spots. One in
the greater Tampa area. Right?
Yes, the greater Tampa area. They have 2 spots, one in Zephyr Hills and one in Brooksville.
Dade
Check
City.
them out.
I think it's in Dade City.
No, it's in Brooksville.
No, the Zephyr Hills one. Isn't that in Dade City?
Oh, well, it's between Zephyr Hills and Dade City on 301. If you live in the area, you know where we're talking about. I don't know. It might be Dade City. I thought it was Zephyr Hills.
I have no clue. It's right on that line, though.
Yes, it's really close. They do a good job. Best in the area. Best in the company.
Best in the country. I don't know. Are you allowed to say that, like, the best something in the world?
Sure.
Like, even though...
Give yourself all kind of props.
Okay, they're the best pool cleaners in the world.
Yes.
Not
And
the area.
they service most of your needs as far as you can go in there and buy filters, your pool toys, your blow-up pool toys.
Vacuum.
Yeah,
everything.
vacuum. You can get your chlorine, get your water tested.
And what I heard was Pinch a Penny is actually more expensive than them.
Yes,
So
they are.
you'd think Pinch a Penny would be the cheapest one, but they're not.
They're not pinching pennies. They're
No.
pinching quarters.
Yes. Anyhow, what's your second story you got?
So give them a call. Pat and Jeanette.
What's your second story?
I'm not sure which one I want to say. I'm not really sure which one I want to say right now.
Let me check the TikTok real quick. See if it hit 400 likes. We're at
it was at
$3.99.
$3.99 earlier, just a few minutes ago.
I just want to hit that 400. What is it at? It's still $3.99.
Still three. Yeah, let's hit them likes on TikTok. Get us going on there. Don't forget to check us out on TikTok and everything else. Your Uncle Pat and I, we used to have this neighbor up in Holland. He was like he became one of our best friends, even though we used to fight a lot and shit. But one of the things we decided to do one day was we decided that we wanted to be the Three Musketeers.
For Halloween?
No, just
Out
something
of the blue?
to do. Yeah, no, it wasn't Halloween. I mean, we were pretty much inseparable for a while. Mom used to threaten that she was gonna ground us from him for life and shit. That's how much.
From who?
Our neighbor. He was the same age as us.
Gotcha.
But that's how much hell we used to get into. And so one day we decided we wanted to be the Three Musketeers. So we found some wood and we built swords. And we're going at each other and shit. And I jabbed our buddy and pissed him off. And I mean, we'd been going at it with these swords for probably like half an hour. We're down in the barn and stuff, poking the cows and shit with them, like we're attacking, the enemy and stuff. We poke a cow, and they give a little kick and shit. And I want to say I poked him a little too hard in the back or something. He spun around and swung as hard as he could and hit me right above my elbow and broke my arm.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't broke, but I had a hairline fracture all the way across there. I ended up having to go to the hospital on it and stuff. And Mom was livid. You guys, whenever you get together, all you do is hurt each other. I'm gonna ground you from him for life. And like, well, how can you do that when we're still gonna be able to see him in school and stuff and on the bus, Mom? I mean, shut up. I'll figure something out. And so I ended up having to have a cast for, it was like 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, it was just, you could see it. And I mean, he swung as hard as he could. And I mean, I remember to this day just wishing I'd had swung back. It's like.
But then you probably could have killed him.
Well, I wanted
when you're already mad and you're like.
I wanted to at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're probably going to go for his neck and snap his neck in two.
I was actually wanting to hit him right upside his fucking dome.
Oh, yeah. Crack his skull open. Dude, those things must have been super thick.
It might have made some smarts come up in there because he wasn't the brightest guy.
Neither are you.
No, I'm not.
So maybe he was trying to aim for
yeah,
your
it was
head.
like the wood was like they were like 2x2s, and then we put a little handle on them and everything. We had these things ready to whoop some ass, and I remember Grandpa. He's like, "What are you boys doing? Get out of my barn!" And we're making swords. I don't care. Get out of my barn.
So when he hit you, did you instantly start crying and screaming?
I instantly fell to my knees and started crying like a little bitch. Yes.
I mean, it's not a little bitch if you get your arm snapped.
Especially by a piece of wood.
Yeah, that's not something super soft.
And I mean, that explains, when you've got like a little 2x2 piece of wood breaking somebody's bone, that explains how hard he swung that shit.
Dude, that's dense. That's gonna break your bones.
He swung it with a vengeance. And it wasn't the tib fib, it was whatever this one is, the bigger bone, like the femur in the arm.
The femur in the arm. Nice. I don't know what it's called. I just know tib fib.
Ulna?
Ulna and radius is down here.
That's down there, right? See, I'm not too smart.
What is this bone called? The humerus. I think it's the humerus.
Humerus, yes. It's never funny when you hit the funny bone.
Oh my god, dude, that is the worst feeling. You hit it just right in your arms,
Yeah.
You instantly it feels like someone shot you in the elbow, so you're just your arm's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, dude, I can finally bend my arms. It's still tight, but friggin' hurts. I guess it doesn't hurt. It's just sore.
Well, cut back the reps a little bit.
Well, I don't think it was that. I just hadn't done it in a while, and I think I just.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to go ham right off the bat either. You got to slowly build back into it.
It was 12.5 pounds on each arm. That's
how many
not
reps?
Much. 30 total.
Yeah.
3 times 10. 3 by 10 is not that much.
Oh, no, it's not.
But, oh my god, that's over time too. Is I'd probably put 1 or 2 minutes between the reps.
Yeah, you have to do little standing breaks.
Oh my god, dude, the legs were probably the worst. I did 2 different forms of squats, and then it got to the lunges. I just couldn't. I was like, nope, my legs are gonna die. I couldn't, dude. I literally would go down, and it felt like I was gonna collapse. So I just couldn't.
My legs scream every time I stand up.
I told Jasmine to go like all of our TikToks. She said okay.
Told her to what?
Like all the TikToks. Yeah. I was doing the lunges, and I did like 2, and it was literally like right here, right above the knee. I could just feel it giving out, and I was like, I can't. Yeah. It's very fun. Especially when you got hype music going on.
Hell
You
yeah.
can always go harder.
Hell yeah.
Not on those legs, though. I was going to collapse.
It's like I always got my tunes going when I'm trying to take Winston for a walk till he vages out and wants to run home.
That dog. You guys would think, you saw him. He's huge. He's like 110 pounds, which is usually the size for an American Bulldog. But he is so huge, and he's scared of like a leaf cracking.
Yeah, and then imagine, most people have small lap dogs. Imagine a 110, 115 pound dog hitting your lap at 5 to 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's not the best feeling, but then once he lays down, it's like, oh.
And he's got those knees that just,
Oh my God, yeah, his knees
I can't
hurt.
tell you how many times a day I get tail tapped in the nuts or something.
He's just so tall.
A knee to the nuts.
We have a 5x7 carpet, and he's longer than the carpet is sideways, so
Yes.
he's taller than 5 feet.
And
So
he loves
he's
that
probably-
carpet since we got it.
Yeah, he just always sits on it. It's so funny. I bet he's out there right now sleeping on it.
No, he was up on the pillows on the couch when I came in, so he's probably still up on my pillows,
Fair enough. He loves your pillows too.
leaving slobber all over him.
And he finally let me look over the back of the couch with him yesterday.
Yeah.
Usually he like gets pissed that we're trying to like look for something with him, and he's like, "Stop!" and he starts barking in your face. Yeah, I know. Not too exciting of an episode, but we'll
No.
hopefully be back Monday
Yeah.
with something
just-
better.
I'm still coming out of my funk.
Your funk.
We got the funk. Gotta have that funk.
We started singing 2 different songs.
Funky Cole Medina.
Is that a third different one?
Yes.
I did the funky, funky.
Oh, that's a good tune.
Jump to the right, oogie boogie jam slam.
We're not going to get copyrighted, are we?
I don't know, probably. I don't know. I have
You know
no
what?
clue. Can you sing lyrics?
Copyright my ass. I don't give a fuck.
No, we do give a fuck. This is our show, dude. I don't think it's like. I think it has to be more than 30 seconds, maybe.
I'd love to get a cease and desist letter from somebody.
I don't know, because Happy Birthday's copyrighted, so you can't sing that, can you?
Yeah, you can't say you're fired.
Really?
Trump copyrighted that.
Dude, no shot. So
Yeah,
if you're going to fire someone in a business, you can't say you're fired?
not supposed to. Not unless you give Trump money, I think.
You fired. I just remember it from The Office, Michael, when he's like talking about that. He's like, "You're fired. You're fired."
You're fired.
I love that show. I wish it wasn't off Netflix because I definitely watched it a couple more times. I always watch the bloopers and everything. I've seen them all a million times on YouTube, but I still watch them.
The Office isn't on Netflix anymore?
No,
Wow.
it's on Peacock, I think is it what it's called. I have no
That's
clue.
what it's used for.
Peacock?
Peeing.
Oh. Oh, Monaco weekend. If you're an F1 fan, that was a fun weekend. Lando got another podium, and I'm so happy. And the awesome limited livery, too.
Yep.
The golf
Your
livery.
cousin Colton came over.
Yep, we watched the race.
And I made bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffins and some hash
it's not
browns.
McMuffins if you make them.
Well, Mad Muffins.
Yeah.
And some hash
Hashtag not
browns, and
sponsored
then
by
we had
McDonald's. I hate
some
hash
sliced
browns.
watermelon, cantaloupe, some strawberries, apples, and pineapple.
If
And a
anybody
nice little
else
feast.
doesn't like hash browns or whatever they're called, please put them in the comments. I hate those things, and I just want to show that I'm not the only person that in this world that doesn't like
Don't
hash browns.
hate on the taters, man. You're Irish.
I like pretty much everything else that has potatoes in it, but that is just no, sorry.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like the burnt taste, and
I
like
didn't burn mine.
I know, but it's just like it's
Mine were
hard.
really good.
Listen,
and you didn't
you
even try
asked
it.
me how, and I'm trying to explain it. The crust is hard, and then it's soft potatoes on the inside.
Yes.
That is nasty. I don't like texture. It's a texture thing.
I got you. Like me and cotton balls.
Dude, don't even get me started on those. I hate those.
Anybody else hate cotton balls?
When it gets right under your fingernails and
Comment
you can
down below.
You can feel the threads go underneath your fingernail and stuff. Especially when you bite
that shit gives
one.
me the heebie-jeebies, man.
When you bite one.
Stop it.
My teeth
You're trying to
hurt.
get one out with a knife.
Dude, this man tells me I open a new melatonin thing because sometimes I just need to go to sleep. And I see he's like, don't forget to take the cotton ball out because I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do I take it out with? I don't want to touch it. He goes, a knife. And so I'm sitting there with a butter knife. Oh, dude, it makes me hurt just thinking about it. My toes, dude. Oh.
Yeah,
Anyhow, I'm over the trash can trying to flick it out with the butter knife, and it's just stabbing it, and it's, dude, I hate cotton balls, man. I'm fine with Q-tips. Q-tips I'm okay with, but.
Yeah, I mean, I can do a Q-tip in the ear, but, man, that and crunchy snow.
Yeah, I always talk about this when it
Walking on
crunches under your
crunchy
feet.
snow. Oh.
You can, like, feel it go all the way through your body. It's like,
Yes. It was always fun sledding on crunchy snow, though, because you wouldn't go through with the sled, and you'd just flat out haul ass down the hill.
Dude, see, that's another thing I miss is sliding and stuff. Sledding, not sliding. I remember taking people out, though. You're like, watch out! And they don't hear you. You just hit them in the legs and poof.
Yes.
I do remember I did get a knee to, like, the forehead. It wasn't at the high school. It was, like, I don't know where it was, but I had caught a knee to the forehead, and that was rough. No, sledding was fun. The only thing that sucked was your car getting stuck in the snow.
Yeah, or I had to walk back up the hill every time.
Oh, yeah, that was worse, too, because you're in, like, you're sweating because of the gear.
Yeah.
So you're like, and especially when you're little, your legs are so tiny, you don't have that big of, like, a reach.
Dude, you'd sit down there screaming because you couldn't climb back up the hill, and I'd always have to go down and rescue your ass.
Really?
Yeah, I'd put you in the sled and pull you back up the hill.
Oh, what a good dad, dude. I don't even remember that.
Oh, finally, something you don't remember.
Dude, I don't remember a lot of stuff. What are you talking about? Anyhow, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully,
Sounds good.
Monday will be better.
Yes.
'Cause we're going to film it either tomorrow or Sunday.
Yes.
But yeah,
Everybody have a great weekend. Have a great week.
Indy 500 this weekend.
Indy 500 this weekend. Let's go who?
Pato Award.
Pato Award. Yes.
Felix Rosenqvist.
He drives for...
Rosenqvist.
Who does he drive for?
McLaren.
McLaren.
Yeah. I gotta rep McLaren 24/7. My thing didn't come in, dude. I don't even have an email saying, "Hey, it's here."
I told you it'd take a while.
I don't have an email saying it was even there. It's been a week.
I know.
How is that not there? No, I don't.
Well, they
believe
probably
that.
get a lot of returns.
No. There's no show.
You need to email them.
Dude, they don't have an email, I don't think. And when I did email the guy, it didn't do anything. So I don't know who to email or call. They don't have a friggin' phone number.
I hate companies that don't have a phone. You know.
You heard me. Oh, I gotta talk about that. I try to return the thing, and I'm looking for a call number, and so I'm like, might as well just go to arrowmclarensp.com. Go there, call the number. They say everything. It says purchasing. I'm like, yes, that's the one. I go to it. I'm like, hey, I just need to return something. He's like, sir, this is the IndyCar team, Arrow McLaren SP. I'm like, oh, I know. He's like, oh. And I'm like, I bought something off your website, and I need to return it because it came in the wrong size. And they were like, okay, well, that's not us. We can help you contact them. And he gives me this email to a lady that is on the track. I'm like, how's she going to help? Anyhow, it goes to her, and she doesn't respond. So then I have to go to the website that, is used to buy this stuff. And then he finally was like, I'll email you like a return receipt and everything like that. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard it.
That's the guy you need to call back.
Email back.
Yeah. And say, hey.
I sent it out a week ago.
Yep.
About a week ago.
The day after you sent me the tag back, my dad dropped it at the FedEx office.
Well, I'll just say, like, it's been a week since we dropped it off, so. Anyhow, we're going to end the episode there. Hopefully get this up as soon as possible. You need to stay in here to get those TikTok clips.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
He's
see
still
ya.
such a bossy ass.
Listen, you just called me the producer at the start of this show.
Luego, homies and homettes.
I wasn't ready to stop. You got to do it again. One more time.
See? Bossy as F. AF. Hasta luego, homies and homettes. Peace out.